Within the dark resides corruption. We found light to relinquish the darkness, prepared it for battle, or so we thought.
Hey guys, thank you so much for watching the trailer. That was Flumplings. It's a game that we're currently developing. It's myself who's doing the development, and also my brother who did all the sound design. So the reason why we started this campaign is because we want to ask you guys to fund us for equipment and crew to be able to actually build the game. What we've done so far is we've done the script in terms of the game code, so the game engine was built, and what we've also done is we've been able to do the story and content and character design and the characters themselves, as well as the art design. But now it comes down to putting the content into the game and building it up. For that, we're going to need a crew, and that's where we're going to ask you guys to help us. Okay, so in this game we decided that we really want to focus on 3 different parts, and that's making it unique, making it very story rich, and then the gameplay should be really enjoyable. So in terms of the story, and we have the evil side, which is Roja. He basically has the power to corrupt people and turn them into his own slaves. On the other side, you have the Flumpling, who represents the light and the good, and they're in direct opposition to each other as the antagonist and protagonist. They both come from a different planet. Roja comes to Earth to conquer it, and the Flumpling comes to Earth to free people from Roja's rule. So unfortunately, Roja's far more powerful than the Flumpling, but they both still build up an organization and armies to fight each other. Roja builds up an organization of some subordinates, and each subordinate has its own power that he's gifted to them, and they each have to work on basically spreading his power. There's like one aspect where he creates fanatics, and they're very brutal and ruthless, and it's more like a dictatorship, as opposed to the Flumpling in the game, who's light and free and not actually able to talk, but represents like a spiritual guide to the humans and what to do and how to do them, and enhances their power to fight against Roja. So there are a bunch of characters in both sides, a huge amount of characters. We've done a lot of character development, character builds, all the scripts and so on, like I said already. So we want to be able to deploy this story to you guys, and we will be deploying it with animations that are going to come out every month as based on the funding for the campaign. Okay, now when it comes down to gameplay, basically we segregated it into 4 different areas of focus. We said this is going to be an MMORPG where you focus on your own character design and your character build. You have a skill tree, you have inventory that you can equip, and you're a single hero out there to find treasures and build your character to make your character more powerful. And you can make decisions, you can, it's an open world, you can go and talk to a variety of people and do some quests. So it has that MMORPG open world concept. The other areas that we decided to focus on was also strategy mode. So unlike other games, you can actually zoom out of your character where you go into the city build mode or command army mode, which we're referring to as strategy mode. It's like Age of Empires or any other strategy game that you've played. You can make your army, you can build up your city, you select your characters, and you can tell those little army troops, hey, you want to go and attack a certain village, or you want to attack a certain place, and then you can conquer those places that way. And at the same time, while they're attacking, while you're busy strategizing, tell them what to do, you can have your Flumpling zoom back into hero mode and use your Flumpling to fight alongside them, just with way more powerful abilities and attributes. And then that brings us to the last point of the game, where we've said we want to do something about online play. So these days, everything is more or less online play. It will be a cross-platform, cross-play type of online, where you can have all of your different kinds of troops. You can have a heavy trooper as a Flumpling, you can have a mage, you can have a warrior, or whatever you'd like, but you can switch between classes. It's not that you're stuck on having to select a certain class. It more comes down to the equipment that you're carrying and the abilities that you decide to invest in, but it's all open for anyone to decide. And you can build your teams, and in the story itself, you can conquer those teams and so on. So you can move forward in that manner. It's a lot like the concepts on what we'd like to build in Warframe and those games, where you can actually experience the story in a squad as opposed to alone. All right, as for the plan of the game, our philosophy is that you get in what you invest. And right now it really comes down to what you guys invest is exactly what you guys are going to get back. We have done the game engine and the script and the content and the character designs, as well as the artwork for the game in order to how to build it. The only thing is that we need the builders, the workforce, and the manpower to do that. And we, as a first step, are going to focus on the animator, where we will on a monthly basis be releasing at least story content once a month with an animator. However, we need to be helped to fund that animator. So it's going to cost around 40K as a basis just for that animator to join us. And he will be working exclusively for us in order to bring out that content. After that, we also still need the game devs who are going to be working on the game. And these game devs, each extra one will contribute to making the game faster. We have a time span of 2 years now, where we've said we want to make sure that the game comes out in 2 years. And after 1 year, we want a solid alpha release. 1.5 years, we want a solid beta release. However, we would like you guys already after 6 months to take part in the game development, which means that after 6 months, there will be a release which you can have on the platform that you have, whether it will be console or wherever, PC, where you can see all the work we've done so far. And thereafter, on a monthly basis, whether we've done a lot of progress or little progress, you will be able to download and install or update whatever you have to the newest stage that the game is in. And we want you to be part to comment and give us feedback whether it's good or not good, the progress that we're making. So every month, at least animation, and after 6 months, at least you'll have a game content that you can work with and build on yourselves. For this, we need game developers. We need someone who works on the MMORPG game development. We need someone who works on building the environments around. I'm definitely going to be building a huge part of the environment myself, but if we want to reach our targets in that time, we need you guys to support us with that crew support, crew funding. So I'd really, really appreciate it if you guys believe in the mission that we have, if you guys like the story and the content that you've seen, the uniqueness of it, if you guys really think that this gameplay and game style is something that suits you guys, please help us and help me fund it. And we're going to be making sure that we develop the game according to exactly what you've seen and what you like and love.